What's up guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a realistic running late to work or school makeup tutorial. Now I just watched James Charles do this kind of video for running late to school and I figured that his thing was not actually realistic. Fake freckles and full-blown everything and brow mascara and like I don't even have time for fake freckles in my normal life, so I don't think that's realistic. I want to do my version of what I actually wore to work when I was working and what I kind of did to school. When I was going to school, I wasn't into makeup until college time. So let's do an actual makeup tutorial on what I did look like when I went to work. I'm not going to look like a beauty guru after the end of this video, you guys, but this is realistic and what I thought I could accomplish within about 10, 15, if I was lucky, minutes in the morning before going to school. Alright, so first things first, I have to get my hair out of my face because I can't stand when people do makeup and they're like flipping their hair and putting it and then they put the hair back down. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So I'll start with primer now because I'm not going to wear foundation for this. I don't have time for foundation in the morning. I'm going to use the All Star Primer by ColourPop and rub it all over my face, give my skin some moisture. And this is also supposed to be mattifying too. Now, YouTube is my current job and I really want to pursue this because it's literally a dream job. And also I feel like my mental health has been dramatically better because I can make my own hours. If I'm really just feeling anxious and depressed and stuff, I don't have to go anywhere and face people, which I guess is why I complained so much in those thrift store videos, because I had to get up early in the morning for that and it was disgusting and I came home smelling like mold every day. So I'm kind of thankful for this and I really want to try to pursue this. So let's go to concealer now. That's what I would normally do after I primed. Now I choose a primer that would say was blurring or has some moisture to it because, I mean, who really has time in the morning for a full face of makeup? I didn't. So let's jump into concealer now. I'm going to use Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Beige, and I'm not going to use that much because I'm not using foundation. I don't want it to look like completely perfect under here and the rest of my face looks like bleh. So, small dots around. But if you have a little bit, like I do have a lot of blue under my eyes, if you really want to fix that, take a little bit on your pinky of a orange eyeshadow and pop it right into the purple to cover that up. And then I would just like correct little tiny areas of my face that got red as well. A little bit of concealer, not much though, because again, we're not wearing foundation. I avoided my nose at all costs because throughout the day, my nose is kind of combination skin. It gets a little oily and the makeup on it will separate if I don't wear a foundation, so I'm not doing that. I'm going to use the Juno & Co. Velvet Sponge because you guys keep asking me about it. I'm in the ad they use on their Instagram because I reviewed it like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, forever ago. And apparently you guys are just now discovering it, but it's really good. I've done like giveaways of these sponges and stuff before. They're the best. But I chose to do this one for this type of makeup tutorial because it's only $4. People going to school usually don't have that much money to spend on like makeup and stuff. So $20 beauty blender isn't as good, and this saves you a lot of product because it doesn't soak up the product, you know, it just like, it doesn't soak it up. It feels super soft and beautiful. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure that my skin was primed before I do this, and I'm just going to blend it down. This doesn't soak up product, as you can see, it just kind of sits on there. So it's easy to just really blend it down into my skin slowly. So whatever is on the sponge, I'm just going to take and rub on my eyelid because I have very red pink eyelids. I have a very pink neutral undertone. So that'll get rid of a lot of the redness on my eyelids. As you can see, like in the viewfinder, this looks yellowy white and the rest of my face looks very pink. And we're going to fix that in a second. So I want to take my RCMA translucent powder on the sponge and set my under eyes, but do not bake. If you are not doing foundation, please do not bake. It's probably going to come off as really dry. And I don't like baking anyways. If you want a whole video on what is baking, when you shouldn't bake, because personally I don't, let me know. I'm just setting anywhere that I put that concealer. And I'm also going to put some powder on my nose and in the little crevices of my nose because they get very oily through the day and my skin does not look good there. Alright, so next I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana bronzer and dust it all over my face. That's really going to kind of put a layer between my skin and the primer and then the next products I'm going to put on, because if you don't put some kind of powder down before you contour, it's gonna come off as very patchy. I'm sure you guys have done it before, just like out the door trying to contour. If you don't put some kind of powder down on your skin, it's gonna come off as very patchy, but if you put like a light bronzer or something on the skin, it'll really kind of put a barrier between the patchiness and that happening to you. Now really quick, I want to do my brows with the Suva Beauty Hydro Liner in grease, or whatever product you use. I definitely suggest if you're in a hurry, just use a brow pencil. Unfortunately, I don't have any that would fit my eyebrows right now, so I'm just gonna quickly do my brows. They're not gonna be as thick or as full as or as carved out as I normally would do them, because I'm just sketching and making sure my brows have a tail now. So while I quickly sketch out this brow, I do want to ask you guys if you are in school, or are you looking at this for like work, or are you just watching the video? Because when I was watching James's video, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not in school anymore. I graduated high school early just to get out of there. School was not for me, and then I went to community college for like 2 years. I would take a semester to take one off, and it was just like a mess. I couldn't do it. I much preferred working as to going to school. I didn't like working either, but I don't know. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I always have, overthink everything. I could be doing this brow faster, really. I would always wonder if someone was looking at me in the hallways, or I would just be very paranoid about everything. I didn't do well in school. Fun fact, I only graduated high school math because I cheated on my EOC at the end of the year. You know how they did like the color-coded test? I don't know where you guys are from, like if you have EOCs or not, but they're like your end of school finals, I guess. But they would give you like certain people get certain color tests, and certain colors are supposed to be easier in certain colors or something like that. But there was a girl with a similar color across from me, and I looked like a little blonde innocent person no one ever expected cheating. But I cheated every single answer except maybe 3 or 4 off for tests, so I don't know how I didn't get caught doing it. That's the only reason I got through that high school class, my last high school EOC. And my whole class did so well. I don't know if it was an easy test I just couldn't do because I can't do math, or because everyone cheated, except for a couple people who knew the answers. But they were like, everyone did so well, everyone got like an 80 or 90 on this exam. We're never gonna make any other class after you take this EOC. And I was so mad because we were the only class who had to take the last Algebra 2 EOC, and they want to do an experimental science EOC, and we were only the second class to ever have to do that too. So like we had to do all these exams that no one else had to do, and I am not a fan of tests. I don't know. It's not that I'm dumb, but I can do great at history, English, anything, but you put me in a math or like a sciencey question, done. You could even ask me like simple, find X on this simple middle school math test, and I wouldn't be able to. I even had a job interview at a jewelry store, which I ranted on my Snapchat about because it was a horrible experience. And they made me take a math test for a job at a jewelry store, like they don't have computers or something. It was very embarrassing. I couldn't do it, I guessed. I didn't know what the questions meant. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah, these brows are terrible, but at least they have a wing now. I don't have time in the mornings to have amazing eyebrows. Alright, so moving on, this is realistically what I look like going to work. Don't judge me. I'm going to take the Lorac Pro Contour Kit, and I'm going to take the light contour shade. I'm not going to dip into it heavily. I'm going to go very lightly. I'm choosing this color because it's very cool. I have cool toned kind of pinky skin. And if you choose something that's very, very harshly contoured, it's not going to look good with no foundation. So I'm just going to lightly kind of give my face a little bit of color, as well as a little bit less roundness, maybe, hopefully. That looks harsh on camera, but in person it just looks blended in. Trust me. You can trust me. It doesn't look as harsh in person. Also, because we don't have foundation on, this is not gonna wear, like, amazingly. It's gonna kind of sit where it sits and start to fade. If we're being honest. So if you want to skip contour, I understand. I just personally can't. And again, without my like talking commentary and just kind of doing my makeup for fun right now, I would do this within about a 10-minute time span going to work. Wouldn't spend as much time on my brows as I just did, for sure. But yeah, and I wouldn't bother contouring my forehead usually, except maybe like a little dust like this, because I have a big forehead, I accept that, and I'm very bad at contouring my forehead. Okay, so next for the eyes, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to take a double-sided brush because it's super simple. I'm going to go back and set light contour color and finesse it right here just to deepen up my eyes a little bit on the outer corner, make them look a little more wide. Just a baby bit. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of shadowing. And now I'm going to take the other end, I'm going to take it into this highlight shade, just the lightest shade in the palette. And I'm just going to tuck it in the inner corner to brighten up my eyes. I'm not going to do a full highlight, I'm not going to do blush, I'm not going to do anything like that. But just to brighten up the inner corners of my eyes a little bit, just a little bit of powder in there. Now, that is it for the eyeshadow. I'm going to curl my lashes now and put on some mascara, and that's about it, almost. So to save time, I curl my lashes and then I set my face before I do mascara, because you don't want to set your face with wet mascara. That's a terrible idea. So, quick spritz, mascara time. I don't have time for full lashes. Sometimes on the way to work, I would put the glue on the lashes and carry them outside to my car. And then by the time I drove to work, I would have stopped enough stoplights to put them on. And then I would go straight into the bathroom at work and put on some liquid eyeliner to fill in like the gaps of the eyelashes. But I don't suggest doing that because it was hella embarrassing coming in with my eyelashes hanging off my face. And then I never skip bottom mascara. Bottom mascara is important. It's, if not more important than top mascara. It really gives like some youth to your face. If you have bags under your eyes or dark circles, this darkness of your bottom lashes is going to distract from that. And I truly believe that. And I feel like it makes you look more like a doll. Alright, so there's barely anything left of this makeup tutorial. I don't look great, but it's fine because you know what? I never looked good going to work. I'm going to put on some lip balm now. If I'm putting on liquid lipstick, I dab, but I'll rub on liquid lip balm for this. And now, well, I'm not going to do like a lipstick because I feel like that doesn't look good on me without lashes. And I'm just going to do a lip liner. Now, I don't usually wear lip liner, but I also don't have like a good frame around the outside of my lips, so I'm just going to lightly rub the liner on my lip. I'm going to take my finger and kind of blend it in. So we don't have like a harsh lip line, but it's on top of that lip balm. So it really just kind of blends in seamlessly. So it doesn't look fake, it just looks like a little bit of flush to my lips. Because I don't actually have too much lip pigment. Anyways, you guys, this is not remarkable, but this is how I would do my makeup for running late to work or running late to school. Without the talking and everything, it'd be like a 10-minute tutorial. I could probably get done about 7-8 minutes if I had to skip something on this list. It will probably be contour. I have skipped contour in the past. I don't look very good right now, but at least I don't get questions like, are you sick? Like, no, it looks like I'm not wearing much makeup. You can definitely tell my brows are done and I'm wearing some mascara, but other than that, though, I think this looks pretty like, oh, she's not wearing makeup kind of look. So it kind of looks like I was running late anyways, which is true. Anyways, you guys, I hope this is a little more realistic to you than putting on a whole bunch of full foundation, full freckles, full bushy, beautiful brows and eyeshadow and like highlight, and I don't have all time for all that in the morning. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit helpful to you or entertaining. Remember that school is not fun for most people. It was not for me. I didn't really have any friends. It was fine. And we had friends, but not people I was really close to. Going back to school was the worst because I would get nervous about everything. I would get nervous and like, am I gonna know anybody in this class? Is the teacher gonna hate me? Is this gonna be hard? The hardest thing for me, because I am very uncoordinated, is trying to find your classes. Like, when you're going to school for the first time and you had to like, your class is in this room, I had to remember which building it was in. I had to remember, was it upstairs, downstairs? And it was very hard for me. Like the first week of school, I had to remember where this classroom was. I was always late the first day of school to my classes because I would just get lost. And my school was not big, like at all. I think maybe 60 people graduated in my graduating class. Not very many. And yeah, I graduated early to get out of there, so I never had to go to graduation. Avoiding people at all costs, apparently. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Good luck with your classes or good luck with school in the end of summertime. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.